Ah, wonderful, beautiful. $8.08. It's like a record. It's the most I've ever spent on gas. Just gotta throw that out there because I know it's gonna trigger somebody. Alright, you guys. So, welcome back. It's a beautiful, beautiful day today. Always, every day. Got hair in my eyes, man. Oi. So if you guys are seeing my channel for the first time, I'm gonna kind of go off a limb here and say it is not by accident. I feel like what I have to talk about today is probably so important, and if you're being drawn to watch this via the universe, via the algorithm, the simulation that we live in, I do believe it was on purpose. And I'm not trying to sound superstitious or anything, but I definitely do. Lately, I have definitely been feeling like everything has been happening exactly as it should for a very specific reason. And so, with that, I want to say you guys are probably here, especially if it's your first time, for a reason. My channel is so small, and the algorithm doesn't like to push my videos out very frequently. Okay, am I gonna go? I guess I'm going. Here we go. It doesn't push me out very much, so like I usually get like 200, 300 views a video, but the people who end up seeing those videos always tend to say that this is something they needed to hear in the moment. So again, I'm not trying to sound superstitious, but I feel like it's important. So before I get started today, I just want to apologize. It's for the people who have been around here a little bit. I've been sick. I had a stomach flu and I caught bronchitis and everything, and there's an upper respiratory infection. Got up into my ears, and the last few days, including today, it's been a couple weeks now that my head's been really plugged. And I'm not trying to whine and complain about it. I'm just saying it's throwing off my balance, throwing off my equilibrium and stuff. And I just haven't really felt in a position where I can come out here and ride my motorcycle around and be able to focus on, you know, the road and my conversation and recording and riding the motorcycle all at the same time. I'm still kind of iffy on it, so we're gonna take it easy today with the ride and the conversation. I'm gonna try my best to think it through without rambling on and on too long. But that's that. So what I want to talk to you guys about today is just the events, these global events that are going on in the world. Everybody on this planet is aware that the former President Trump was shot at his rally a few days back, and it's not an insignificant thing. And the reason I want to mention this is because I know our media, especially here in the States, our media is trying so hard to sweep it under the rug. But I want to throw something out there. If it did not miss, I sincerely believe that we would be in a massive state of rebellion, a massive state of anarchy and chaos right now, because something like that, first of all, he has a huge following, and I am gonna say I am very, very, very pleased with what he has accomplished and what he will accomplish. I think there's a lot more going on than politics. I think it's a spiritual thing. I think it's a God thing, and that's coming up later. But I am definitely a supporter, and I'm gonna say that because I'm not afraid to say that. And honestly, It really doesn't matter to me. I think everybody is entitled to their own opinions. If you're listening to this and you're like, oh man, he's gonna be following Trump, he's a Christian, oh no, that's okay. It's okay. You know, I care just as much about you if you disagree with me as I would if you agreed with me. It's okay. I still feel like there's important information here. I still feel like everybody has the right to pursue the best life that they possibly can. And my channel is always going to be focused on pursuing a good life, a life that is fulfilling, and a life that is rewarding as well and fruitful. That is always going to be my focus. I don't care whether you agree with me politically or agree with me on my choices of spirituality and things like that. That's okay. You are still welcome here. Okay? This is not a time for division. So that's what I want to get at with these events. For the past few years, I have noticed that the veil has been lifting. For lack of a better way to say it, people have been pulling their heads out of their blank. You know what I'm gonna say. People are starting to pay attention. And I know there are plenty of people who have been paying attention for a long time. And a lot of these people have been vocal about it. I've been vocal about it. And there's still a lot of pushback to that. A lot of people who are just don't understand, they don't get it. But I feel sincerely, especially with the recent events, that there is more and more and more exponentially waking up and beginning to see the world for what's going on. Let me let this guy over because it's merging here. They're not paying attention. So there is definitely a force at play. You can say it's spiritual. I believe it's spiritual. I believe it's evil, inherently evil. But you can also say it's a political force. You could say it's a whatever force you want to call it. There is something at play that is trying really, really hard to keep all of us down, sick, down, quiet, you know, locked up in our rooms, locked up in our homes. You know, the only time, like nowadays, you can almost guarantee that everybody who's out here is out here because they absolutely need to be, not because they want to be. Because everybody wants to be at home watching their TV. Everybody wants to be at home playing their video games. Everybody wants to be on their couch or in their bed. Nowadays, everybody wants to be locked up in their home. And people aren't wanting to be outside anymore. People aren't wanting to be communicating physically, getting together with people they love and care about. You know, standing up for what they believe in. I believe it's intentional. It has been intentional, but I am starting to feel like it's failing. I'm starting to feel like people are getting more and more animated and active in their beliefs and what they care about. And one thing I want to throw out there is that no matter what, we are all united. We are together. We are family. We are friends. We are humans. You know, on this whole planet, there are bad actors, and then there's the rest of us. And the rest of us outnumber the bad actors 1,000,000 to 1. Okay? And I'm not trying to call for anything. I'm not trying to say that something's gonna happen or something's coming. I'm just saying that we need to be paying attention. And as I was saying before, more and more people are pulling their heads out of their blank. Gotta keep it PG for YouTubes. This is very important because part of that movement, part of that change has been people beginning to, are you turning? Yes, you are. Okay. Beginning to realize that our differences are not life or death. We don't have to be fighting each other. because we don't agree on a simple thing. You know what I mean? I'm a Christian. I believe in Jesus Christ. I believe in God. Not afraid to say it. And if you don't agree with me, that is completely okay. That is okay. It's not a fight. We don't have to fight about it. We don't have to argue about it. We could still be brothers. We could still be friends. And the world is starting to move in that direction, and I think that that's a huge shift, a huge change for the better, for all of us. I think this is very, very important. I don't know why I have been inspired to come out here and talk about these things. It's just something it's popped up, and I just haven't been able to shake it out of my head. I have not been able to get rid of it. So I have said, okay, I know I'm not feeling too great right now, but I'm gonna come out here and I'm gonna try to talk about these things and see if maybe that gets it off my mind. But I think it's important. So what I think is necessary in these times, especially, well, for all of us, including myself, I'm going to speak on a karmic level. We need to be focusing on clearing up bad karma. And what does this mean? I don't know. I just hear it all the time. I'm just kidding. No. We need to be focusing on clearing bad karma. And how does this mean? What are our responses, automatic reactions, responses to things? Somebody does something that you don't agree with. Does your habit immediately respond with hatred? Is that just how you respond? Is that just innately who you are? Do you respond with hatred? Do you respond with disgust? Do you respond with any negativities? That, in my opinion, is carrying bad karmas, and we need to be focusing on these things to clear them up. You need to clear them up. We need to learn how to be at peace with going on. I don't, oh man, I'm trying to figure out how to explain this. It's not working. My words are not wording right now. One thing we need to do is to start taking inventory of the fruit we are leaving behind. On our day-to-day travels, our day-to-day interactions with people, what are we leaving behind? Check your fruit. Are you leaving behind negativity? You need to fix that. Are you leaving behind positivity? You need to nurture that. Also, we need to be paying attention to the fruit of the things that we subscribe to. And I don't mean Netflix subscriptions, and I don't mean Amazon subscriptions. I mean the things that we energetically subscribe to. These movements and these I don't want to get too political, but this woke trend, or just these movements and things that are going on in the world, are we investing our energy in these things? And if we are, we have to be paying attention to the fruit that these things are leaving behind. If it's the fruit of destruction, if it is the fruit of hatred, if it is the fruit of negativity, pointing fingers at people, saying other people are terrible people in this way and that way and this way and that way, those are bad fruit. We need to be paying attention, because if we go around our lives leaving behind bad fruit, or subscribing our energy to events and things that leave behind bad fruit, then we are going to reap the results of that. And I think I'm gonna apologize again. My brain's all stuffy right now. I'm really hoping this is coming out correctly. I'm really hoping that you guys understand what I'm trying to say here, because I'm not. If you are, you're doing better than I am. I don't know. I'm not entirely sure if this is making any sense, but we need to be watering the gardens of love. We need to be watering the gardens of unity, friendship, brothership, you know, brothers and sistership, or whatever you want to call it. You know, just the fact that we need to be paying attention to the fact that we are being purposefully swayed in a certain direction. We need to lift the veil. That was still a green light. Don't know what's going on here. But we need to be lifting the veil. We need to be paying attention. We need to be seeing how others who are bad actors are influencing us. And we need to be honest about it. And there is absolutely no shame in finding something that you're doing, or finding something that I'm doing that is not good. There's no shame in owning up to it. You have to identify it and own up to it before you can change it. We need to be paying attention. Is it really me that wants to be going around spreading hatred against a certain type of person or a certain group of people? Is that really me? Is that my energy? Or is that the energy that somebody else is influencing me with? We need to be honest with these things, and we need to change them. So there's a lot more to it, but I don't have time, so I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it up here, guys. If it takes a while for me to get another video out, I apologize. I'm gonna do the best I can, but you guys are awesome. I love you guys. God loves you guys, whether you believe it or not. So I hope you all have a wonderful day. Thanks for being here. Thanks for listening.